This one is the biggest one. Altogether it's 25,000 litres. Giant gouramis, red-tailed catfish. Some of these gouramis are around 30 years old. To create the natural sort of look that I wanted to create in this garden, we've used in the animals and the plants together to create a natural environment that it looks like it's part of nature, but it's also controlled nature as well. So. My name's Matt and I'm from Cairns, and I've got a landscape business in Cairns, and I've been in fish for pretty much all my life.
I noticed you got like a little bit of an accent. Are you originally from Australia or?
Yeah, from the UK, and then I moved to New Zealand, and then so into Cairns. But coming from a country, a colder country, obviously coming to Cairns and having the opportunity of having all these animals outside. But also in the UK, there's so much more fish variety that you can get. So it is harder then to be able to get stuff.
So how many enclosures do you have at the moment?
This is about four or five ponds. This one is the biggest one, yeah.
How big's that pond?
Altogether it's 25,000 litres, which is including the sump as well. When we first moved in here, there was nothing to create the natural sort of look that I wanted to create in this garden. We've used in the animals and the plants together to create a natural environment that it looks like it's part of nature, but it's also controlled nature as well. So.
How much maintenance is all this stuff?
The garden aspect's easy. The animal side of it is also easier now because we've been able to see what works and what doesn't work, and to use the right fish in the right spots.
So I was going to ask, what species are you keeping in here? Like, just list everything you can think of.
A few different types of species of the gourami, which is probably the most predominant species in the fish pond. Red-tailed catfish, a good collection of redhooks, and then plecos, and obviously the pig-nosed turtle.
So how long have you had most of these animals for?
Some of these gouramis are around 30 years old. Most of them that I got the last 10, 15 years. So some of them were 15 years when I actually got them, yeah. So they're from different spots around Oz, and I've been able to fly down, pick them up to Cairns, yeah.
So you, like, was it just chance you're down there, or do you fly down, grab them and then come back
Yeah,
up?
I see them online and try to save them from some of them in small fish tanks because they grow so big. So I feel like I'd like to give them a better home. I give them the opportunity of being out in the sun. So some of these fish, yeah, originally I hadn't seen sun forever. So
what is it about, like, all of these animals? Like, why do you do it?
The inspiration for the plants and animals come from my big interest in Jurassic age plants. So with this fish pond, mainly it's more about the scales. And the look of the fish compared to the colour or the beauty of them. So sometimes you can find beauty in the uglies.
What's your favourite movie?
Still on the old Jurassic Park thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought you would say.
These are a collection of giant gouramis, pig-nosed turtle, 2 red-tailed catfish, and mostly redhooks and flagtails, and a couple of Oscars that we've saved as well. So some of these gouramis are, as I say, they're probably almost coming up to 30 years old, and they're great. Yeah, very long-lived. Apparently they live up to 50 years, so they're not too old yet. But I suppose if you give them the right food, they'll just keep going, I think.
And you've got this awesome viewing panel down here, so you can see all the fish.
As I built the pond originally, I didn't actually have this panel in, which is crazy. So as I was building, because I built it myself, I didn't dare to put the glass in until the end. So we actually built the whole thing. It wasn't obviously cladded or anything or waterproof, but then we was able to then have the nerve to put the glass in because we just thought, this is not going to work, this is actually going to leak. But it's 10 years and it's still going all right, yeah.
How do you feed all these fish?
Mostly vegetarian. The giant gouramis, the red-tailed catfish, they eat a lot of fruit and vegetables as well as meat. So, and the redhooks are also all vegetarian. So it's mostly fruit and veg, peas, carrots. There is fig, kiwi, banana, apple, that sort of stuff. But also I supplement with pellets And the red-tailed catfish get a mullet a week, a 12-inch mullet. So there's no live, obviously I've never given the red-tailed catfish any live food, so they've never seen these fish as food. These are raw prawns, so just halves. I don't normally feed the pig-nosed turtle these that often, but I know that he does love them when he does get them. So he mostly eats vegetables, on occasion needs a bit of protein, so this will stir up the red-tailed catfish in about, well, probably not 2 because it's just underneath me. So yeah, he's just having a few prawns.
That's awesome.
No,
you got to move him out of the way.
Son, yeah.
Who's getting what?
Watch your hands around here. There's not very much food though. This is just a little
treat.
This is a little snack, yeah, for these guys. Hey.
The Oscar wants it.
There you go.
I get it. Oh, you got it. How cool. How do you filter something like this?
It's all for a filtration system there. It's all trickle filter. I'll show you.
So what are we looking at here?
So this is the sump pond for the big fish tank. So this is the one that fluctuates in water. As it rains, the water fills and it comes over this into the drain. This time of year we get loads of rain, so we're pumping a lot of rainwater in. So we clean that once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah, which is a pain because you can get those grates now that actually do it itself.
Yeah.
So that's the next stage, yeah, to upgrade.
And this is all rainwater?
It is the rain. It has a lot of rainwater because we take the rainwater in the wet season. We take the rainwater from the roof and we put it into these holding tanks. But it is it's all filtered. As I say, it's 25,000 litres, and that every hour is changed. So our pump system is 28,000 litres an hour. So you get a full change of water every hour.
Wow. So you don't worry too much with such a large amount of water. You don't focus too much on parameters and all of these things.
Absolutely, it's less important because of such a big system, yeah.
So you're just worried about getting massive drops rather than the little fluctuations that would happen.
Yeah, definitely. So we have the pandanus in here. We found the pandanus being the fastest growing plant in water, and it means that every time you take one of these, even a cutting off or you take a whole branch away, you're taking all that nitrates out of the water. So all that, it's actually helping the fish water as well. So
that's awesome. So, yeah. And what fish are in here?
So this one is another pig-nosed turtle, and my original silver dollars that I had in the fish tank 15 years ago, they're still going.
Big filter here for a big pond. I mean, the water's crystal clear. You can see right down to the bottom. This is another pond here.
Yep, this is where we get the young pig-nosed turtles. These are 3 years old. These are bred locally in Cairns, not by me.
I also noticed you got a few angelfish in here.
Yeah, that's right. There's a couple, just wanted something just to break up the boringness of the pond when no one's eating, because it's a quite quiet pond otherwise.
And is this a similar filtration system here for the pond as the other one?
It is, yeah, but a much smaller sump. So it's all gravity fed trickle filter. And it used in the plants as well.
Do you ever intend to try and breed these pig-nosed turtles?
Yeah, I'd like to. Breeding age is 20 years for the pig-nose. Some of my ones in there are almost that age.
What makes these turtles so special?
They're the most friendly-faced ones you're going to get. Yeah, they have such a lovable character, and in the right environment, their requirements are quite simple.
Thanks very much for taking us through your house and showing us around all your animals and
of course,
your collection.
Absolutely, no problem.
This has been so cool.
Yeah.
This is such a cool place, man. So
yeah.
Thanks so much, man.
No worries, thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming.